going on, guys, and welcome back to our Surviving Java series. We are now going to be working on today, I do believe, the Magma cream farm. Well, that's the episode that I prepared, so whether or not we're going to be working on it or not is another question. So the Magma farm, I did actually design a section of, I designed a Magma farm initially, just a small one for Sai, who is on the server. And then I designed a upgraded version. So what we can actually do, rather than me try to explain it in words, I think some visual aids in the creative world is going to be immensely helpful in explaining this. So we'll quickly hop over there. Alright, so this is the one that I initially designed. Now, you have an iron golem that sits in the middle. We're doing this in the overworld just because it's a lot easier to see and explain, and it's a lot nicer to be in. In the nether, it tends to get a little bit hazy, and it's very red without the fog, so it's nice to do it over here. Now, the iron golem sits in the middle on the ice, and I made it so that the farthest point that a magma cube could recognize and go straight for the iron golem was the distance that this was made at. And then underneath we had the hopper minecart collection system going back and forth, collecting the magma cube creams inside the chest. Now, after designing this and obviously helping Sai build it, I then thought about it that there must be a way of making it stackable. Now, obviously, we can put the the wither roses on soul sand, and soul sand is just a fraction smaller than a full block, which means normal hoppers can pick up the items from underneath. So then we swap them out for just soul sand instead of dirt and soul sand, and then put hoppers underneath. And then when I done that and saw that it was entirely stackable, I decided to make it a lot bigger. So if we get our light massacre and we go on to load schematics, let's find the one that we're working on, and then we go on to this one. This is the one that I designed for Sai afterwards. So it is pretty monstrous, and if we just paste that in, so then you can get a clear overview. We've pasted in the mobs as well, because this is obviously saved from the nether after testing it. And it works pretty well. Obviously when the iron golems are in there, it works a hell of a lot better. The hoppers underneath obviously then go all the way around to the center on each section, and then they all come down. So it does, that's not what I wanted to do. So it does actually get the magma creams pretty well, especially when there's iron golems to attract the magma cubes. And we're going to be building this. Can we unload that one now? Let's go loaded. So unload both of you. So you could actually even make this bigger and bigger, but I don't think having it bigger than this. I know that Jack and Sai have already built this one in the nether, but I really want to build one of my own, because I really I don't mind using other people's farms and getting resources, but to constantly go and use it whenever I need the magma creams is something else. I much prefer building it, especially if I've sort of designed it and I really want one in blue. I think that's one of the main points that I want to build it for myself, is that I want it in blue. But it does work really well, and we are going to crack on and get this done in the survival world. And I think the main thing that took ages was gathering the wood and the hoppers. Not the iron I just pinched off of Mac as usual, but that's another project that we're going to be working on very shortly down the line, is a stupidly extreme or silly iron farm. I've not decided which way to lean with that yet, but it took a ton of time getting the hoppers, the wall and stuff. I pinched that off of Mac. To be honest with you, I think this episode's funded by Mac, so Mac, if you're watching, thank you very much for the funding of this episode. This was not made possible without you. Okay, we're going to hop over into the actual survival world, and we're going to crack on and hopefully get this done in a sort of time lapse type thing, because I know that I've got all the resources set aside already for it, and that's all sitting in the middle of my storage room, driving me insane. So let's hop over into the survival world and get this done. Alright then guys, so I've actually AFK'd here overnight and it's working extremely well. Before I went AFK, I managed to get a full shulker of Magma blocks just from building the thing, because if you could see in the time lapse, it got extremely hectic for extremely long time for me trying to build it, especially when I got up to the second layer. It was insane. I actually ended up having to ask Mac to come over and just stand on the nether roof ceiling so it would spawn the area or load the area underneath in order to lessen the spawns for me, because yeah, it was trying to build with it like this plus the addition of gas every now and again, and yeah, it wasn't fun. I ended up having to first of all put the iron golems in place underneath when I was building that layer, just to take the aggro off of me a little bit, and that worked fine. But when I got up to the second layer, it was just insane. So all of these are now full. So yeah, it's going to be a case of me now crafting. I've got a full shulker there, and I've got a bunch of empty shulkers here ready to do this. So let me do this and we'll see exactly how much we end up with. And alright, so I managed to craft up 6 and a bit shulkers, which is going to be more than enough for what we want to do with it. Now the gold farm that I've got in mind is pretty much the meta, with just platforms of magma blocks with turtle eggs in the middle. Drop them to their death or find a quicker way of killing them, because I don't think there is a quick way of them just dropping to their death. Thing is, I've set myself the challenge of not having farms use the same killing mechanism between all of my farms, and I don't know if I'm considering the slime farm as them falling to their death. Obviously XP farms where you're doing the manual killing, right? The XP farm, my other gold farm, uses iron golems, so I can't use them again. These ones aren't using iron golems, they're using the wither roses to kill. But I don't know if I'm counting the slime farm, because I actually created that just for the mimicky value of having them falling on your head and having the slime set down below. So it's sort of like a lava blade killing mechanism more than anything else for the slime farm. So I reckon the gold farm I can have them falling to their death. I don't know, I'll sort of think about it and see if there's any other alternative ways. I could probably turn the slime farm into an XP farm instead of dropping them to their death. Filter them through to a 1x1. So like, well, in Mac's words, I tried telling him that I'd just make a 1x1 portal to stop the zombie pigmen getting in, and that would be literally like 1-1-1. So we've got the nether, the portal data pack, so we can make them whatever shape and size. And if you make them a 1x1, but he just calls it a 1 block one. So yeah, oh, I did not mean to fall there. But yeah, I sort of trailed off massively, didn't I there? We've got more than enough magma blocks to do whatever we want with them, which is okay. Villager heads, it's a little bit creepy. To do whatever we want with them. So I'm going to put these in storage because I know that I'm going to need more resources such as glass, hoppers, observers, a shed ton of chests in order to store the gold. I may even move the clerics down to where the sorting area will be for this one, because obviously this one is going to work a lot quicker than our XP one, because the XP one works off of iron golems killing them rather than them falling to their death. So yeah, I may consider, I need to find something else to finish this episode off with, because there's no way I'm building a gold farm as well as the magma farm. And I thought it was like the magma spawners were going to make it very, very easy just to make farms of them. Let's grab these. And then, but the situation being is that the magma farm that I just made is about 1,000 times more efficient and effective than the magma spawner farm. So that's sort of moot, which I was looking a little bit forward to, but by the looks of it, them ones can be designed very easily, the spawner ones. I need to go get some level because my bow's nearly dead, so I actually made just a basic bow to combine it with. So I need to get some level. I think it's like 33. I think it's going to be the last time I'm able to repair this bow. And what I'm doing with the bows is when I lose one, I'll alternate between a bow and a crossbow. So soon enough, if I die and lose it, or it gets down and breaks, because I had to use it so much with the magma cube spawner, or magma cube farm, that it's nearly dead. So yeah, I've also got the 4 towers that I'm having in each of the cardinal directions fully designed, and I've gathered all the resources for them. So that's what we may be doing in the next episode. Oh my god, what is over here? I never saw. Okay, quartz, concrete, white glass. Okay, I'm gonna have to come over here and clear all of this because this is when I was upgrading our kelp farm. That's another project, the smelter. Let me have a think of something to go and do that won't take immense amounts of time. Okay, so I had to think about it, and I think that what I want to do is make this an XP farm, the slime farm, and have an alternate sort of killing method. Obviously, we can still just drop the singles to their death if we don't want to be standing there and swiping, but I think we can probably mimic this into a sort of kill chamber. I'm going to have to move the class back and redo it and obviously do a new collection method, but we can probably drop these guys in a 1x1. I know that they don't give like barely any XP. I think it's like 1 orb of XP. So I'm not imagining this to be very effective, but I think we can change this up so that we've actually got an XP farm, and it will allow me to repair my bow doing so as well. So let me sort of mock something up because I have absolutely no idea how I'm going to do this at the moment. So yeah, I guess I'll catch you back in a bit. Oh, there we go. Hey, I think I may have done a thing. It's immensely silly, but we're using the chain because it's stopping them from getting out pretty well. But they are freaking out in there, and I am obviously going to have to sort out underneath in order to hook up the hoppers, because obviously I'm moving forward a bit. But this will allow us to not only, let's hop up here, not only get the XP, which by the way is not very good at all, like there was a lot of them there, and the slime balls we're obviously going to get a lot more of with the manual killing mechanism. Plus we also have a chance of getting their head. So yeah, all in all, I think a good solution for not having to use the same killing mechanism for more than one farm. So we can actually use the gold farm as a drop death, but I am going to have to sort out this waterway. I was hoping that they would converge and flip round, but it doesn't appear to be doing that. I may have to put a block in each of them corners just to sort that out. But otherwise, yeah, I'm just going to stay here and get enough XP to repair my bow. And what I may actually do as well is I'm going to have to clear all of these resources and tidy it up, but I'm thinking about doing a sort of slime edge using a bunch of slime blocks going all the way around, because obviously over here we're not going to be hurting the slime blocks. But yeah, I'm going to have to sort that out up there. It's going to take a while for me to get to level 33, but I will stay here and do that. But yeah, nevertheless, hopefully you've enjoyed today's episode. Rather than it running too long, I'm hoping to be able to hit the 20-minute mark in this one, so I'm trying my best not to waffle on too much. But yes, hopefully you enjoyed today's episode, and hopefully I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye bye.